One of the biggest storylines on your spinoff was, you and your sister liking the same guy.
Honestly, that was ultimately what got the show picked up. But also, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens. You can. I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing.
Tell me more about that.
It's just, I think, like, if you ask any of the girls, like, they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels. That's why, like, I don't care what, like, I'm dating someone. I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you are happy being who you are. But no, to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. And also, like, they're like, they're kind of like wave you off. You're just like, oh, that, hey girl, like, it's not, you're not in here like the rest of us are. It's just, it's always, but I never really understood it until now, because before, when I would go and I just was like, there's something about this room. It's like, it's almost like they don't want me here. Like, I'm not really in it here, because I'm not presenting as a man. I'm not presenting in that way.
And to be clear, the gay community room.
Yeah.
Your own community. Yeah.
But it's not like a shameful thing, or just like, oh, they're mean to me. But it's like, these are not my men in terms of attraction. Now, I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But, like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
So... So, has it always been that way for you in terms of, when it comes to men, has it always been, well, some people consider the straight guy always being the one that would approach you?
Or somebody who, has been intimate and dating, women for most of their life, or like up until then. For sure. Absolutely. It has always been that way, but now it's like even more so. Now that I definitely present in more of a feminine way. Because also, like, it's like my energy is that.
Yeah, the internet has been going ablaze in terms of this conversation. There were things I was hearing that he was saying he's looked prettier than any other woman, than any woman in a dress. And listen, if someone has to say they're not male presenting, and then now they're attracting a straight man because they're more female presenting, that's a man. We know he's a man. He was born as a boy. And there has been a lot of transformation for EJ. I remember he weighed a lot, he lost weight. He looks great. I mean, he doesn't look like a great woman, but he looks great in terms of, like, he looks like a better version in the sense of physically of himself, like slimming up and all of that. And the reason why I wanted to take a different spin on this, because I'm a man all day, and it's uncomfortable seeing a man trying to be a woman. Like, it's not uncomfortable as in, like, I'm not used to seeing it. We've seen that enough in our world. But it's uncomfortable, like, bro, I got a mom, I got sisters, I talk to women, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you're not a woman. You can't be one, you'll never, like, you can't even get close. And to me, that's the reason why I need to take the direction I'm taking in this conversation, because it's obvious that there's something deeply broken in this man's mind and his heart about who he is. I don't know what happened. He's not the first. He wouldn't be the last. But it's something deeply broken. And I get it. The women were offended, and even men were offended, like him calling other women like unattractive and saying they don't look better than him in a dress is wild. But I'm gonna tell you this. Talking about how tall he is and how big his feet are and how he's an ugly man, like, those things aren't going to help his eyes come open. apart from Jesus, apart from truth being prioritized and his eyes being open to that, he's going to continue to go down this road and continue to offend, women, continue to offend men who protect women like myself. Like, that is offensive that he actually thinks that he's, like, you can get, like, just if we're just saying on the scale, the most unappealing woman, and she'll still be 1,000 times more appealing than him because he's not a woman. At the end of the day, I don't care. You're not a woman, so you can't even be placed in the lowest of, if there's a thing, like a lowest of categories of unattractive women. You can't even get in because you're not that. But attacking him is just attacking the symptoms. The root of the problem with him is he does not have a sincere reverence for God and his truth. He can't see it. He's blinded to truth. He's literally delirious. It's odd. Like, you can see it. You can hear it. This man is delirious. And the answer to his insanity, his delusion, is him believing that God is real, starting there, and then believing that God is truth. And if God is truth, then he'll be able to say, hey, if God says I'm a man, then I can't be a woman. Then things could be, start to unravel for him, hearing that Jesus loves him and exploring, what does that mean? What does it mean that Jesus loved me? What does it mean that Jesus died for my sins? What does it mean that God says that marriage is for a man and a woman? What does it mean that when God created humanity, he created man and woman to be one? And what does it mean that sex is for man and woman, and anything outside of man and woman, God looks at as unnatural. Even the verses in the Bible that calls it perversion. Like, what is it about this God who loves me? What is it about him? How do I get to know him? What does he call for me to do and for me to be? Until he goes down that path to where he's seeking and searching for God, calling him ugly, saying these things about him, not being like, it's not going to fix it. It's kind of like what we see a lot of our doctors do. You may have like a problem, an issue in terms of your health, and they'll just be addressing the symptoms, and you taking medication, but it's never addressing the root of the problem. And the root of the problem is that this young man is broken, and I hate that for him, because you can't get time back, and part of his purpose is to be a man. Like, that's part of his purpose. And there are gifts and talents that God has given him based off his masculinity. Him trying to be more female presenting is him running from who he truly is, and who his purpose, and what his purpose really is, and what God has gifted him to be. Like, trust me, I'm no better than, anybody else. I have had brokenness. There are things that are broken about me, but because I'm acknowledging God and my relationship with Jesus is there's a working out of that brokenness and doing a new thing in my life. You know what I'm saying? Just in general, in all aspects. And that's not just for men who is heterosexual. God doesn't just do that for heterosexual men. He can do that for someone like EJ, we've heard stories there. I did a video on Jackie Hill Perry some time ago. A woman was attacking her, trying to say that, she's a stud woman. She's still like, when God can transform people, that's what I'm saying. And the root of his problem has to be something addressed by God, and him discovering who God says he is. But calling him ugly, giving offensive words back to him, because I don't think, like, what he's saying to me is just him trying to have confidence. Like him saying, oh, I look better than a woman. It's him trying to feel good about himself and about this presenting he's trying to do. He knows he's not a woman. Well, I think he's delusional, but he's trying to, like, just feel better and safer in his skin. Like, honestly, more confident. And it's not working. It's never going to work. But his hope is to find Jesus, to discover who God has created him to be, and to walk in that purpose, and know that, you know, that's where the answer is. It's not in trying to date straight men, because you're not dating straight men. Any man who's taking the time to talk to you romantically, be with you sexually, they're not straight, they're gay. The DL man is gay. There's no in between. Either you like women or you like men. There's no in between, you know. So we need to be praying for EJ, man. I don't know him personally, obviously, but I don't know, it's kind of sad watching these two men, especially me being a black man, two black men, just be lost. And just be lost in the essence, like a huge part of who they are. Like, you're men. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Sorry to the women who, you know, who were offended by what he said, because he definitely don't look better to y'all in a dress. Never could. And, you know, we had Caitlyn Jenner trying to be a woman. And yo, man, leave these women alone. Let the women be the women, man. Like, if you want to like men, just like men, but you can't be a woman. Like, it's just, y'all may attack me in this comment section, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, a man can only be a man, and a woman can only be a woman. Not because I have some authority to say about that, but because God has all authority. He created all things, heaven and earth, humanity, everything in it. And this is how he's made it. So, anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.